Namaste. Welcome to day 6. We are almost coming towards the end of our 7-day yoga practice. Remember, this is more than just yoga. We are trying to build consistency and discipline. So, whenever you're ready, we'll start on our backs today, taking things a little slow. We won't need any props for today's practice, just you and your mat with bent knees. Slowly go ahead and lay down on your back. Now you have the option of taking a constructive position here by keeping the feet as wide as the mat and knocking the knees in. I'm going to crisscross find Sukhasana legs here. So do whatever feels good. And then resting the palms on the lower ribs where we can notice the movement of our breath. Close down the eyes if they aren't already. Then, as always, let's take these first few moments to help us arrive in our practice. Observing the movement of the breath in your palms. Starting with a cleansing breath in through the nose and sigh out. Deepen the breath now. Perhaps you notice a bigger movement under your palms. Ribs expanding upwards laterally. Let's take 2 more rounds of breathing. Final round. Gently release the hands by your side. You can unravel the legs, placing the feet back on the mat, and then draw the knees to your chest. Hands can be behind the thighs or on the shins, knees narrow or wide. Take gentle rock side to side. Come back to stillness, placing the feet back on the mat, hands by your side. We'll take gentle pelvic tilts here. So I'm just going to move my hands away so that you can see. Inhale, arch the spine, lifting the low back off the mat. On the exhale, tuck the tailbone, eliminate all that space between your low back and the mat, which is going to activate your lower belly. Inhale, arch. Exhale, tuck. 3 more rounds. Final round. Inhale to arch, interior tilt in the pelvis. Exhale, tuck. Pause here without holding the breath. Maintain that posterior tilt in the pelvis. We don't want to have room for air even. It's nice and tight. Final breath. Slowly release, come back to neutral spine. Let's extend the right leg long on the mat. Hands remain by our side. Flex the right toes. Tuck that tailbone again. On the inhale, lift the right leg up. Try to bring it close to the chest, perpendicular to the floor. You can always soften the knee. Exhale down. Hover or rest the heel on the mat. Inhale up. Remember to maintain that posterior tilt in the pelvis. Couple of more. We're teaching our core muscles to do the work rather than, leaving this on the low back. Exhale. Now bend the knee, bring the foot back and extend the left leg long. You might have to adjust the pelvis again to tuck it. Flex the left toes. Inhale, lift up. Feel free to close down the eyes. We're going to stay on the ground for our practice today. Couple of more. Little bit of active work for the core and the quads. And then place the foot down, bend the knee, bring it in, shake out the knees side to side. Let's roll on to any side now. I'm rolling on to my right side. You roll on to a side from where you can see me. Make a pillow with the bottom arm and then bend the top leg and bring knee to chest. Ardhva Muktasana. Another breath. Grabbing the ankle or the foot, going for our quad stretch. Gently tucking the tailbone, stacking the thighs. Final breath. Let's place the sole of the left foot, or rather your top foot, on the inside of the bottom leg, your tree pose. Another breath. Now either hand go behind, the top hand goes behind the knee and extend the leg, toes pointing towards you, open hip, or you can grab the big toe and do the same. Haspadangusthasana. Again, the knee doesn't have to straighten completely. If you have the mind, just work towards it. Couple of more breaths. Final round. Bend the knee, release the toes, extend the leg long. Roll on to the other side or shift yourself on the other side of the mat like me. Making a pillow with the bottom arm, stacking the legs, and we'll start by hugging the top knee in. Ardhva Muktasana. Another breath. Quad stretch, grabbing the ankle or the foot. Final breath. A tree pose, sole of the top foot on the bottom inner thigh. You can bring the top hand in front of you to help you stabilize. Final breath. And then grabbing the back of the top knee or the big toe and extending the leg. Any amount. Final breath. Rebend the knee, and then this time come on your belly. Into Makarasana, you can stack the palms, placing the forehead on the back of the palms, and then pausing here. Then bringing ourselves for a gentle back into Sphinx on our forearms. Roll the shoulders up and back. You want to make it more active, you can press the tops of the feet into the mat to lift the kneecaps up. Continue to hold here. Breathe nice and easy. Final breath. Slowly come down. This time bring the palms next to the chest. We'll do a few rounds of baby cobras on the next inhale. Lift the head, neck and shoulders. No need to look forward. Exhale down. Couple of more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Last time, inhale, lift up. You can either hover the palms, stay there, or hover the palms, or reach the hands back towards the heels. Keep the arms nice and active, trying to reach the fingers towards the heels. Final breath. And then release. Good job. Makarasana again. You can always turn the head to one side. Cleanse out your breath if that feels good. And then let's take one final back bend. So forehead on the mat, hands by our side. Lift the arms, head, neck and shoulders, and the legs. Locust Shalabhasana. Pause here. Trying to lift in the upper body and the legs. Squeeze the shoulder blades. 2 more breaths. And release. Makarasana again. You can bend the knees, sway the legs side to side. And then release the legs. Let's take a shoulder stretch or a chest stretch. So we'll bring the right arm by our side, tee it out, and then roll yourself on your right shoulder. I like to place my left palm under the head to help it support. Bending the left knee, placing it behind the right leg. You could always keep the legs stacked. Just take one final breath. And then we'll take the stretch on the other side. Simply roll on your belly. Extend the left arm long. And then let's roll onto the left shoulder. Right palm can come under the head. Right knee can bend and the foot can be placed behind the left leg. Final breath. Slowly unwind and then take your time and come on your back. Once you arrive, bring your knees to your chest. Knees can be wide. Again, hands can be behind the knees or on the shins. Feel free to gently rock side to side here. Coming back center. You could join me in Purnvayu Muktasana, so knees together. Lift the head, neck and shoulders. Wrap your hands around your shins, knees to nose to knees. Give yourself some love. Inhale to squeeze, and then exhale, release. You could take that bent knee option that we did in the beginning, or Sukhasana legs in your Shavasana, or extend the legs long, as wide as the mat. Hands can rest by your side or on your lower ribs. And then begin to slow down the breathing, letting go of that effort. Leaving the practice behind. And simply surrendering to this moment. Soften, relax, let go. Continue to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. I'll see you tomorrow.